Welcome to the Dome Discussions Podcast. Your top source for all things New Orleans Saints. Powered by four voices who live and breathe black and gold.
Touchdown!
Every hit, every play,
Welcome to the NFL.
every moment. We've got it covered.
Let's go! Let's go! Go!
What's going on, Who Dat Nation? Appreciate everybody tuning into the Dome Discussions Podcast, part of Be in the Know Network. I'm your host, Kyle Besson, with Caleb Iacarino and Drew Collins. And today, we're doing something different. This isn't the traditional, we go over some topics. No. Hold on. Bang! Mock draft pulled up. We're doing three-round Saints mock drafts today. Maybe put a little kick on each one, the second mock. We might throw in some trades. Things like that, just to mix it up. But I'm excited to just do some mock drafts. Now, importantly, I have Caleb and Drew here. They know way more about the college landscape than I do. And kind of, I just want to know, what are you guys targeting in this? What do you think makes a successful mock draft for the Saints?
Oof. There's a lot to fix because we don't know what free agency is right now. So we're kind of also going off of, hey, this is what the Saints could do. But you just looking at the roster right now, you need at least one offensive weapon. Two is probably a wide receiver and a running back. Because how bad the offensive line is right now, you need to fix the interior. So at least one interior. And then I would say probably an edge rusher or a defensive tackle for me, at least.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I think you need to get maybe at least two in the first 4 rounds, 2 or 3 offensive playmakers in the first rounds. This wide receiver class is strong. The running back class, nowhere near as much as last year, but it's pretty underrated. Tight ends, you got some good options. And defensively, I think there's a lot of players who could be day one contributors on the Saints defense. So it's going to, obviously, free agency is going to tell us a lot. But right now, it's a pretty open draft board for the Saints.
And it's going to be interesting to go through positional value. What all of us think, can you take this player 8th overall? Can you warrant taking, a running back 8th overall on a rebuilding team that has a hole here, and here? So it's going to be, now, I'm just going to get right into it because I'm going to talk and then we're not going to have anything to talk about when we get there, right? All right, first of all, we're not going to do any trades for this first one. Eagles, you guys y'all got us enough. Our top prospect here at number 8 is Jeremiah Love. But Caleb, go ahead.
At least I don't see your screen.
That is true. I'm actually just not showing it to you guys.
Yeah, I was about to say that for me too.
I fixed everything. We got it figured out. Everybody can see. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little breakdown of who the first 7 that went through. The Raiders took Fernando Mendoza. The Jets with number 2 picked Jordan Tyson.
Imagine.
Cardinal Tate went 3rd. Ruben Bain 4th. Arvell Reese 5th. David Bailey 6th. And 7th was Caleb Downs. So a lot of options here. You have Jeremiah Love still on the board. So where should we go with this direction to you guys?
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Jeremiah Love proponent. I really like him. He's one of my favorite players in the draft. I have him graded really highly. I'm not completely sold on the positional value at 8. I'm just a big Devin Neal guy. I believe in him. I think you can find a replacement in free agency if you sign an ETN, if you sign a Kenneth Walker, someone like that. And then you pick an Emmett Johnson or someone like that later. I'm more on board that way. But if the board falls like this, Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate, Ruben Bain, even Caleb Downs are all big options for you. I think it really comes down to 4 players who would be on my board at this spot, and it'd be Jeremiah Love, Mekhi Lemon, Denzel Boston, or Sonny Styles. So those are kind of my 4 premier options here.
Yeah, for me, it's really between Jeremiah Love and Mekhi Lemon. I'm a massive fan of Mekhi Lemon. On our last episode, I said I truly think it's going to be between those two at 8. I think if the Saints had a choice of all 3 receivers, Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson, and Mekhi Lemon, I truly think that they will like Mekhi Lemon the most. So those are the 2 players I'm between, but just because Jeremiah Love is on the board, it's my choice, definitely. And then, as Drew said, Arvell Reese would have definitely been in consideration. Same with Ruben Bain and Caleb Downs. We could have the conversation about David Bailey real quick, but yeah, I would definitely say Jeremiah Love is my choice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's interesting.
I concur with that. We can go Jeremiah Love.
Before we go, Jeremiah Love, I know because there's one thing that Drew said is positional value, and I told this to you guys earlier. I'm gonna say it again here. A year ago, or at least 2 years ago, you would have not caught me saying take the rebuilding New Orleans Saints to take a running back at number 8. You have a lot of holes in the roster. No matter if Tyler Shough went 5-4 to end the season and it was positive, it wasn't with much help from the run game, right? Estime was the only guy to have a 100-yard rushing. Was he the only 100-yard rusher all last season for the Saints? Audric Estime?
I legitimately have no clue.
Kamara had 99. He didn't have 100. And if it's not Kamara, I don't know who it would have been.
It wasn't Devin Neal.
Yeah, so
Sadly,
Audric Estime may have been your only 100-yard rusher last season. That was against the Titans in Week 17.
Insane.
So you need an upgrade at running back really bad. Jeremiah Love offers that superstar ability that we've seen with running backs. And I can't remember the last time a running back this early has burned a team, right? It hasn't been for a while. Bijan Robinson was an early pick. Boom, superstar. Jameer Gibbs was an early pick. Superstar. Saquon Barkley was an early pick. Superstar, right? Unless somebody is just breezing over my head, maybe Leonard Fournette, right? Non-superstar. Was that the last time someone went?
yeah, that'd probably be
Leonard
the one.
Fournette's probably Leonard Fournette's the one because I know people thinking about it would say Ashton Genty, but it's just so early and that offense was just so badly put together that it really wasn't Genty's fault.
Yeah.
Like this year is going to
yeah.
be much better if they fix that offensive line, which it's Clint Kubiak. He's going to fix the offensive line. So it's probably Leonard Fournette, which hurts my soul saying that, but it is probably Leonard Fournette. But yeah, it's the same conversation as you said with the running back value here, because that's the main argument everyone says. It's like, why take a running back top 10? It's so early, but this draft is not the best at the top. Like, yeah, the Saints have options at 8. Don't get me wrong, but the top end talent's kind of missing, and Jeremiah Love is one of the best players in the draft. I'm never going to fault a team for taking one of the best players in the draft with a need as well. You're going best player available and fixing a need, which is what you want for any team. So I think it's a good pick no matter what. And I also understand the free agent argument. Getting Breece Hall, I really am not the biggest fan of Travis Etienne as a free agent option, but getting Kenneth Walker. But Kenneth Walker is going to get a large contract, and the Jets are probably going to bring back Breece Hall. So the market is going to dry out very quickly.
Yeah, I think Breece Hall is actually going to be the most expensive of the running backs. He's the more complete back to me. Kenneth Walker probably just goes back to the Seahawks. That was my prediction that I made before. Jeremiah Love, I mean, you get him for 4 or 5 years minimum. I mean, he's a running back, yeah, but you get him if he's anything like what you're expecting, and you're scared of taking a running back, you still have him for 4 or 5 years. So if he's a good running back for 4 or 5 years, and you're scared he gets old quick, I mean, it's not like Tyler Shough's getting any younger, right? You're kind of in a window now where if Tyler Shough is your guy, you just gave him an elite running back that can create his own plays, and because that's what they're missing. They're missing some burst, things like that. They need somebody that can run the ball and run the ball well. Adding Jeremiah Love gives you a run game. You have your quarterback. Now you just go get some more playmakers. So Jeremiah Love is my guy. He's my pick, and I think that's where we're going to go with this first one. But for the next two, I don't think that we will dabble into double picking anymore, or at all.
Repeats, yeah.
But Jeremiah Love is my go-to pick. He's been my go-to pick like 6 episodes ago, right? Like, I mean, I was like, I think the Saints need to add a running back in. Here he is. I think this is the guy, and he's been falling to 8 in a lot of mocks. Like, I think this is going to be a real consideration.
Which scares me.
I can't see him
that's
going
happening.
really earlier than 8. I don't think, unless a team would have to trade up, I don't think.
I mean, Bijan
Raiders,
Robinson.
no. Jets, no. Cardinals, no. Titans, no. Giants,
I think it's Commanders or Chiefs trade up. I think it's Commanders.
I think the Commanders have to go defense. I think the Chiefs are the primary competitors for Jeremiah Love. I don't think
they're going to
Patrick
Mahomes. They're going to Patrick Mahomes us.
Yeah, like that's the one team I could see being in competition. If the Saints want Love, they likely have a pretty good avenue to get him.
All right, let me go ahead. I'm gonna pick them. We're gonna see what's going on next. Again, we're not doing any trades for this first one, so.
Hunter.
Let's go ahead and take a look at who's like Chris Bell won 35. Chris Bell
Nice.
he'd be a consideration there, right? And he went 35, so
Mhm.
it's already pretty early. AJ Halsey
Emmett
went to,
Johnson goes early.
and Emmett,
That's
yeah.
my boy.
We may have started, and he's so that they might have taken Jeremiah Love right after this, right?
That Emmett Johnson is so
It's
dynamic.
true.
He'd be an amazing ad.
All right, and then Zion Young's here, right? So
Yep,
I've heard a
that's
lot about Zion Young. Drew, go ahead and tell us about him.
Zion. Zion Young is I'll start on this because I'm one of Zion Young, I think, biggest proponent. I have been on his hype train for a long time. He's my edge rusher two in this class, just behind Ruben Bain. I think he'll finish out grading a top 15 player overall. So I am bullish on Zion Young. I love him. He's a three down NFL player. Kind of what I go with this edge rusher class is that it's very specialized. And what I mean by that is there are a lot of players who are either really good against the run, but aren't great rushing the quarterback, or there are a lot of great players raw rushing the quarterback who kind of struggle against the run. I think that makes Zion Young stand out as one of the guys who can do both. He's purely and utterly dominant against the run. He hits like a truck. He's got a villain mentality. He's always looking to demolish the offensive lineman ahead of him. He's got an amazing frame. And then as a pass rusher, I think I see a lot of potential in him. He obviously needs to develop some pass rush moves. His first step is very inconsistent, but he's got great hand usage. He's shown a willingness to try various moves. He can stack and shed well. I mean, I just see it with him. Like, I think Zion Young would. I don't know if I'd go pick him at 8, but if the Saints either trade down or if he's here in the second round, it would be a home run selection.
Yeah, I mean his measurables are a lot like Chase Young's. I mean he's a big guy with long arms, so I mean if you have the measurables of Chase Young, that guy's a freak of nature. I know there was memes of him last season because someone was standing next to him and he just made him look like a child standing next to him. So he has the measurables. Now look, once we get out of the first round, I'll be honest with you guys. My knowledge of these picks goes out the door. This is Nick. Wow, you are not Nick. This is Caleb and Drew's picks, right? They know more about it. But I do know what to look for in a guy, right? And these measurables, this, that. And from what PFSN had to say about him, he's got the measurables. 6'5", 255, over 33-inch arms. That's what you're looking for, and that's what the Saints used to exclusively go for. So I said he's a lot like Chase Young. Yeah, he's also a lot like Marcus Davenport. So you could give him that.
He's not in the same mold as those players. I see a lot different, but yeah, I can see the comparison.
All right, go ahead.
He's everything like the Saints want in an edge rusher. He also was at the Senior Bowl and did very well at the Senior Bowl. So he really if he was a selection in the second round by the Saints, I would be like, yeah, everyone saw this coming. Like this was going to happen. Now I will say, although I'm fine with going Zion Young and we can go there, Omar Cooper is still on the board. And I know there was something that went viral on Twitter with Elijah Surratt going 8th, but Omar Cooper is the better Indiana wide receiver. He
Agree.
One of the best after the catch wide receivers in college football last season, and that is a complete missing element from the Saints room. You have Chris Olave, who, when he gets the ball, he's more of a possession wide receiver, and then Devon Bailey, same thing. Omar Cooper is so dynamic after the ball that once he catches it, there is a real chance he's going to go the whole way to the end zone. He also brings a different game to Chris Olave and Devon Bailey, where you feel like he's a great complement, and he does have flexibility to play in the slot and outside, which is something the Saints want to do with Chris Olave and Bailey already. They like to switch them around, so that's really something important in the Saints offense. So Cooper would be a fantastic pick in my opinion, but also I understand going offense then defense and not just straight up offense right now, because the defense it's not like the defense is fixed. So going defense makes sense here also.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd agree with you. I like the Omar Cooper kind of shout out. He had with what you're saying, you're 100% right about his explosiveness after the catch. He had 27 missed tackles for us, which is 4th in college football among wide receivers. He's so dynamic. I have him exclusively as a slot. I don't think he's physical enough or has a great enough release package to move to the outside, so I think he'll primarily play there. But he'd be such an amazing complement to Vele and to Olave. He can really do what they're lacking. And I mean, he popped on everyone's radar with that spectacular catch against Penn State. And he has a lot of catches like those on film, but he does so much more than that, and he's not getting enough love for it. He's currently my wide receiver 11, and I'm a huge fan of this wide receiver class, by the way, so that's not low. That's still very high, but I think that would be a good second-round selection, but I just have Zion Young higher.
Yeah, I think we go Zion Young, like if just from what the Saints would do plus the defense and offense combination, like I think it would probably be the way to go right now.
All right, with that, I'll go ahead and snag Young, and then we'll go ahead into pick 73, which I believe is our only third round pick.
Yep.
And we are here now. Now, what is Michael Trigg? Hey, hey.
Can you explore the positions on this too?
Yeah. Go offense, and I could pick them through here.
Go offensive
Hmm.
guard.
Guard. All right,
Is Rutledge?
Rutledge is there. He's the top guard available.
I'd say we take a look at others, but I think that's 100% the leading thing right now. Like, I'd like to look
Yeah.
wide receiver. I would like to look probably linebacker and corner. Those are other three that I would look at, but Rutledge is.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Bryce Lance is intriguing. Malachi Fields is intriguing, but I don't know if I'd have any of them higher than Rutledge.
And you said linebacker. Let's take about
Linebacker and
linebacker.
corner. Jacob Rodriguez, Tareen York, Kyle Lewis
Jacob
is once
Rodriguez.
again. Jacob Rodriguez is very interesting, kind of that signal caller, guy who can make plays anywhere on the field. So he's definitely a consideration as well.
I would say I watched some footage on. I didn't watch a lot of footage on guys this time around, right? I haven't had the chance. But one guy that I did because I saw it, interesting enough, an Instagram reel about him, so I wanted to watch his play was Tarian York. That dude has the football instincts like you've never seen before. That look, he's very undersized too. I believe he's only 5'11". I think he might even be pretty light as
Yeah,
well.
he's undersized.
But I don't think he's in consideration here. Not at a maybe in the fourth. The Saints have 2 4th-round picks. But that's one hell of a player. And if you haven't had the chance to watch some Tarian York highlights, I would suggest that man plays he is at the center of where the ball is before the running back is. That his play is awesome to watch. We'll go ahead and go check out cornerbacks as well. Any cornerbacks that stand out for you guys here available?
Two stand out to me. Traden Stukes is an absolute beast from Arizona.
I just watched him today.
He's very So I'll let you talk about him because he's newer in your mind.
Yeah, no, he's very good. He plays both safety and cornerback. If I'm remembering the correct person, plays both
Yep, he
safety
does.
and cornerback. He's a very good tackler. His zone instincts are so good. I mean, there was one play that I remember where he just completely read the screen and it should have been a pick six. I don't know how it wasn't, but like his instincts are just so good, and I think he would really fit on the Saints as that slot corner safety option if they wanted to go that area. If they didn't feel like they had that on the roster.
And 6'2". I mean, it's just every time.
And 6'2".
That's great size for a cornerback. You could cover the X. That's kind of a lot of guys' problems now. They're just too small. Cornerbacks nowadays are really. They're 5'11's not small anymore, right? Wide receivers have gotten smaller, to be honest.
There's no Richard Shermans.
Yeah, like.
I mean,
No
this
Richard Sherman.
this class as a whole is a very small wide cornerback class.
Yeah,
That's
like
what I
Chandler,
think you're going to see.
Chandler Rivers
Yeah.
right there.
D'Angelo
Yeah.
Pons, like that's why I think
Mhm.
you're going to see guys like David Igbinosin or any of the Washington guys go a lot higher than people expect. Because even Chris Johnson, he's only 6 foot, but like the 6 foot and above don't
Mhm.
rise up the board because you just don't have that many options. So I think those are going to be some intriguing players that will rise up a lot.
Especially if you're losing Alontae Taylor. What is Alontae Taylor? He's
Yeah.
6'1", I believe, but he's got long arms. So that's a guy that I remember coming out. I just like the prototype of that. That's one of my favorite prototypes of cornerback, right? Because that's a guy that can.
You'll love
he's got
Keontae
put on the-
Scott.
Keontae Scott, is he taken already?
Yep.
He's already
No,
he's
he was in
second
the
round.
second round. My player comp for him is Alontae Taylor, so he's very similar.
Right, but with looking over the position, maybe we should check out kicker. But if looking over positions, is there anybody that's really stood out to you guys?
It's really Rutledge.
It's Rutledge.
Like,
I think it's got to be
and-
right now.
And I'll talk about Rutledge just with the offensive line. First, looking at the Saints with the offensive line need, the interior offensive line need, like even if the Saints sign 2 guards and they fix the offensive line, I still think you draft Rutledge because one of those guards you're not going to spend too much money on, and one of them might be a short-term fix. Rutledge could go in right away. He has flexibility to play left guard, center, and right guard. He's good in both pass blocking and run blocking. In my latest mock, I had him drafted at this pick also, and one of the things I said, he blocks like he hates the defensive lineman. Like he hates them with a passion. That's his job, is to hate the off or defensive lineman. And I wanted to write it, but I didn't. But it kind of reminds me of Trevor Penning,
I was
where
about
Trevor Penning
to.
Trevor Penning like truly acted like he wanted to kill the defensive lineman. Like that's what he reminds me of. Now I think there's a better base of pass blocking with Rutledge, but maybe not as good as a run blocker as Penning was. But I just think it's such a good pick. Even if he doesn't start right away this year, it's so good for the long term of this team.
All right, that's
Do you
really,
know
really
on this
exciting.
on this simulator, before we pick him, I have one more player. I come to see just see if he's on the board. He might be before that. Do you know if Jennings Dunker is listed as a guard or a tackle in here?
I think he's tackle, but he's definitely a guard. He was one guy I did stuff on. I believe.
He's 100% a guard
Yeah, he's a
at the next
guard.
level, but he's the tackler now. Is he on the board? Because he's
There he is.
another
There he is.
that.
Lions. You passed the lines.
Okay, yep.
And
Okay, he's
they
off
have
the
a guard.
board. I mean, yeah, if he falls or he might be someone. I love Jennings Dunker, but yeah, we'll take Rutledge right now. He's just a darn good football player. I
Well,
mean,
he's
there's a clip
fun.
of him with a bloody nose, face all bloody on the
Yeah.
sideline, and he's just ready to play. Like, you'd love to see it. You want that culture on your offensive line.
All right, let's go ahead and take Rutledge, and we're gonna do a little brief. So, how do you think of our first here? We went Jeremiah Love, Zion Young, Kalen Rutledge.
I mean, I think it's,
Super
I
Bowl.
mean, you address a lot of needs. It's very versatile. And I think all three of these players, I mean, Rutledge, depending on if you sign a guard, but I think all of them will impact your team day one. And at their very floor, will still be an amazing player for you. At the floor, Jeremiah Love's explosive. At the floor, Zion Young's an amazing run defender. At the floor, Keelan Rutledge will pave the way in the run game. They're all versatile who can all impact the game, yet they all have a high ceiling. So I think this would be a home run first three selections.
And it's gonna
Yeah,
be
and there's a
weird
chance.
saying. I'll go ahead real quick. It's gonna be weird saying because they picked running back number 8, but this feels very disciplined in the way you're drafting, building from the trenches, and Jeremiah Love isn't in the trenches, but he's a running back and he benefits directly from it. So you're building in the trenches, building your way out, and then Jeremiah Love's just a beneficiary from it immediately.
Yeah, and there's a chance Love is the only one that honestly starts right away, depending on the free agent signings, because Young, or did I say Love or Young?
You said Love.
You said Love.
Okay, good. Because Young might be behind Cam Jordan, Chase Young, and Carl Granderson, and he might be more of a depth piece. And then Rutledge might be behind an offensive guard, depending on who the Saints sign. So they could be depth pieces, and we don't really see them right away. But I really don't mind that with where this team is, and you just need to fix the trenches because it cannot be bad next season.
All right. We're gonna go ahead and start a new one, and I'm gonna add a twist for this next one.
Good God.
The twist. So we're not going to do trade yet. That's next. The twist for this one is each of us is going to get a pick from each one of the rounds, right? So,
Oof.
and obviously we're gonna have to build off of that. But like, let's say Drew maybe wanted to go in this direction a little more, and like I said, guys, I don't know much about it, so I think I'm gonna give myself third round to make it even,
Yeah.
or maybe the
You're gonna do
second
third?
round. I think second because that I don't know, because now it's gonna make whoever's in third have to pick up where I left off.
That's actually really fun. I want third. Wait, can I get third?
You want to get the third?
You
try
know
to
where
go
if I
over?
if I'm first, who I'm going with.
We're gonna
I
let
know,
So do you
but
want to
that's
go
why
that
the-
direction,
that's why the
or do you want to
That's
go?
why the hecticness would be fun. But that's why the hecticness would be fun because I know who you're going at 8.
All right,
Okay,
so
you know who I'm going to 8.
you're gonna go
You told me
8.
not to get into this.
I'll
I'm
go
good.
in the second, and Caleb's got the third. And
I'm
specifically,
scared.
we can maybe if we have some questions, but we cannot guide anyone to go where we want to go.
I'm fine with that.
All right, so let's go.
I will just influence.
Drew.
If y'all seen Inception, that's kind of what I'm going.
Drew with 8. No trades yet.
Is my guy gone?
Is your guy gone?
Okay. So there's the player that I'm not gonna pick. I just want to bring him up because I don't know if we'll select him next round, and he deserves to be talked about. That's Ohio State linebacker Sonny Styles. I'm not gonna pick him, but he's my top player in the draft. And Saints fans, he would be an exceptional pick at 8. I know you'd be afraid he wouldn't be shiny, but he's insane. Outstanding against the run, great in coverage. He's everything you could want. But just going quickly, so my guy, I'm going to the wide receiver room. And there's really a consensus top 4 receivers. People have them in interchangeable order. My guy in this year's draft cycle, my wide receiver won by a pretty hefty margin, and that's Washington wide receiver Denzel Boston. They told me not to pick him at 8 overall. I don't care. He is a playmaker, and he is well worthy of this pick. from a size standpoint, 6'4", 209 pounds. He's got great measurables. He's that X receiver who can go up and get the ball. He was 80, he won around 80% of his contested catches. The exact percent, 76.9% this year, with only a 3% drop rate. He's got outstanding hands, goes up, high points the ball, and snags it nearly every time despite contact. Then besides that, he is more than just a clanky X receiver who can't do much. He's got smooth long strides that'll threaten the defender deep. I think he probably won't run at the combine, but I think he could get into the high 4.4s, low 4.5. So he's got good speed. He's he's a good route runner. He didn't have an elite route or an expansive route tree at Washington. They didn't really ask him to. I think he's capable of a lot more, but he can run routes. He can create separation by more than just his physicality. So teams aren't giving enough credit for that. And then his athleticism is severely underrated. He was a kick and punt returner a lot at Washington, so he's got elusiveness. He can make people miss. He's deceptively fast, and I mean, people are just grading him off for that. Like, I'm going on kind of a rant on why people are grading him off, but I just completely see it with him. He's an elite blocker on the perimeter. He's the best blocking wide receiver in this year's draft. Put him at X, running outside zone. He will take the cornerback out of the play. So 8th overall, Saints are going Denzel Boston. Shocking the world. Mel Kiper is going to be pissed off. Everyone's going to be mad. We don't care. He's our future. Him and Olave are the top two for the long haul.
All right, and already I see TJ Parker here at 35. But I like Bazontes a lot. Chase Bazontes. That's the one guy I watched a little bit about. So that's a guy, and he was labeled as one of the best pass blockers in the league. Not in the league, in the draft. But remember, I don't know too much about this class. I do know a little bit about Chris Johnson here. I know he's a guy that has been labeled as like a steal towards the second round. 185, 6 foot. So remember, I can ask questions and you guys can answer them for me. Which one is TJ Parker not a huge fall here to? Because I believe I was seeing him get early, mid first rounders. So is this not a fall?
He kind of fell into that range after a disappointing season. But I think after his Senior Bowl performance, I would be shocked if he was here in the second round. I mean, he was dominant on all 3 days. I don't think he was ever the number one performer, but he had a great day, showed that it was the Clemson scheme and not him. So, yeah, I could see him in this range, but I'd be surprised if he got to the second round.
All right.
Yeah, in the end, it could very much happen just because it might level out from the Senior Bowl hype and then the combine hype hitting all the other edge rushers, where it kind of levels out and then Parker drops a little bit more. But again, I could easily see someone in the late first round just select him. So
what if I just went like Elijah?
I think the Lions would be a great spot.
Elijah Surratt here, 42 too, just like the Broncos, dude.
Just get all the X receivers. No one else is getting an X receiver.
Oh God.
No, but I'm actually very convinced here to go Chase Bazontes. I think it's a safe pick. Like I said, I watched a little bit of him, heard a lot about him as the best pass protector. I believe he was pretty raw in a bit as well. He's got a little bit to work on. And now you can answer this again because I believe he's not as athletic as you're looking for in guards nowadays, right? Like, as a run blocker, he's probably not passing off from your defensive tackle straight to the linebacker, going to the secondary. He is a little bit less athletic, correct?
He's not that superb athlete, but he's good enough for the NFL. Like, it won't be a blatant weakness for him. Something that you could see improved and that could be exposed every once in a while, but it's not this big flaw in his game.
All right, well, that's going to be my pick. So now, Caleb, you're going to have to build off of that in the third round. We went offense back-to-back. I went wide receiver.
I'm hoping for someone.
So
I'm hoping for someone. Come on, please.
All right. Before we go on to it, what'd you guys think of the pick? Was there somebody on the board?
I loved it.
You glaring?
I liked it, but if I was going offensive guard, I would go with Manuel Pregnon there.
Mm-hmm.
I like him more. He is so strong. Like, he is unbelievably strong, and I just think he would fit really well into the Saints run game, specifically.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm similar with Caleb. I had Pregnon graded a little bit higher, but I do think Pasantis is the better pass blocker. So if you are looking to protect Shuck.
Guard?
Yeah, that's Oregon's. He had, against Lee Hunter, that was a game I was watching, that Texas Tech Oregon game. Think I've seen it 5 times now. Like I've watched it a lot, and Lee Hunter had an outstanding game, but Pregnon actually played really well against him. So I think he's strong, and I mean I think either of them would be an amazing selection.
Caleb looks like he's plotting. Is it because Jennings Dunker fell here?
No, the person
Oh,
I
it's
wanted
my
to draft, I
boy.
picked at 69.
69.
Who?
Jonah Coleman.
Oh, okay.
Jonah
I'd have some
Coleman,
comments on that.
Drew's RB2 is Emmett Johnson. My RB2 is Jonah Coleman. So if we were going to be going full offense, which would have been a little insane, but I really like Jonah Coleman. I think he would fit the Saints really well. Now, drafting a third round running back, I'm kind of thinking, okay, but that's kind of Devin Neal last season. I know he wasn't drafted in the third round, but how good that good that running back class was. It basically, like, he was the value of a third round pick. So that would be the one argument, but I kind of wanted to draft him under what. But I'll go somewhere else, I guess.
My biggest issue with Coleman is I really like him as a player. I think he's graded out as my running back 4 right now. But I think he just plays in a very similar role to Devin Neal. And I just don't think
That's
what our
kind
offense
of the
needs.
thought process, yeah.
Like I just don't believe he would be the best fit in our offense, and it'd be kind of doubling down on the skill that we already have instead of getting something new.
Yeah.
So I like the player, but I'm a little bit on the opposite side of you there.
Yeah, you're gonna need Kyle. You're gonna need to go through every position, just the top of the board for every position, because I don't really have a direction here. Okay, edge rush still hasn't been.
I know who you're going.
Oh,
I know
we're
who
going
you're
Gabe
going.
Backus.
Yep, that's exactly
on
what I
board.
know you're doing.
Okay, so
Yep.
the conversation we have with Zion Young is definitely different because he's more. Gabe Backus is definitely undersized. But he is very long arms. He plays with strength. He has pass rush moves. He plays with athleticism. He is not a herald like offense or a run defender like Zion Young is, but he could definitely hold his own, and he sets the edge really well. You saw that in the senior. Also, he was in the Senior Bowl, which is why I know more about him. But he sets the edge really well against the run. And he's just such a dynamic pass rusher that I think he would fit this team really well. Also, he could play outside line, but he could play like throughout the defensive line. He's definitely not going to be a nose tackle in the defense, but he could play throughout the defensive line. But he could play outside linebacker, and I just really think he would fit really well with the Saints and upgrade the edge rush room a lot. And if it's kind of that, if I'm not going Zion Young in the second, I'm going Gabe Backus in the third.
Awesome. So that's what we got for our third. Michael Trigg just went to the Buccaneers, by the way.
Can I come on Gabe Backus quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I love the pick there. I think he'd be a great value. He's got former wrestling state champion. He trains with Lawrence Taylor's Taekwondo coach. He's got amazing technique. He knows how to win. He knows how to throw off an opposing lineman from him with his hand usage. I mean, his background is very evident whenever he plays. From a pass rushing standpoint, he's just so violent. He is so aggressive. And I do think he's pretty developed. I think he still needs to get a few more moves, but you really see power. You can see bend around the edge. You can see some technique at times. I'm a little bit lower than Caleb in his run defense. I didn't quite see him set the edge as much. In the Senior Bowl, he did a lot better job to point for him. And truthfully, I've never seen someone worse against the read option. But other than that, he's an outstanding product, and I would absolutely love him in the third round. There are a few things you need to teach him, but like it'd be 100% doable, and he could be a high impact player for a while.
Like I have thought about it, and I'm like, if there's just kind of an astronomical rise from Gabe Backus, like I would not mind him at 42.
Mm-hmm. I could see that.
Like
yeah,
I could easily see it, and I wouldn't mind him at 42 if it's kind of just the Saints want to go a different direction from their normal prototype. Like if they're going away from Zion Young just because they kind of want to try something else, I think it would be Gabe Backus.
All right, let's get into the third one. Now, same thing as before. We're all going to have a round. Let's switch it up a little bit. Should I go in the third round and be as oblivious as possible? Because I'm just going Michael Trigg. Like, if you give me the third round pick, I'm going Michael Trigg. Look, when I covered the Baylor games and stuff, that if anyone has the makings of, and the thing is, I haven't watched any other tight ends of the draft. I haven't. If I'm doing the Saints scouting, I'm not going after tight ends that crazy. But I mean, he has a superstar potential. He was just the best player in the field at all times. That was just simple as it was. So I think I'm gonna go first.
No, I want
round.
you to have the first. I want you to have the first round
That's what
because
I'm
I want because we can't do Jeremiah Love. So I want you to have the first round because I want to say.
I think I easily have my next guy. I think it's easy. I'll look at the choices, but I think I easily have my next guy.
Wait, should we do? You can't do Jeremiah Love or wide receiver.
We could do that. We could do that because that's exactly where I was going to go. Makai Lemon.
Yeah.
So we could do that. I still think
I still want to have the conversation about Makai Lemon because I think we didn't have that like deeper conversation about Makai Lemon, but that'll be fun.
But also trades are available, so maybe I'll just trade back. You know, I might possibly, and each one of us is going to get to now decide if we want to trade back. Or I guess trade up. Really, we could work on that as well. So let's go into it. Oh, and I think I only did one round. Hold on. 3 rounds fast. There we go. All right. I'm going to see what trade offers I have first. Lions 17 and 50. It's actually pretty good. Pretty good value right there. San Francisco wants to give me 27.98 or 27.58, 92, and a second. That's great value. I don't know if I'm gonna take a trade. They're trying to jump us for Jeremiah Love. I'm accepting that. They're trying to jump us for Jeremiah Love. They just did it. They did it. They jumped us for Jeremiah Love. This was the.
You trade down to 10 now.
I told you.
Trade down to 10. Keep going.
Trade down.
Trade down one spot.
Okay, so exactly what we said was going to happen happened.
See, now this is fun.
Okay, they jumped us. I see Sony Styles here. I heard a lot about it from
Real quick, let's have the Makai Lemon conversation first before you start thinking of other people. But so I have Makai Lemon. I'm actually going to check real quick because I honestly forget. I don't know why I forget. I have Makai Lemon as my wide receiver 2. And legitimately, the only reason I have him wide receiver 2, and I'm not even considering injuries in this like in my rankings right there, is Jordan Tyson is a star wide receiver and the best wide receiver. It's just when you include injuries, I think Makai Lemon's wide receiver 1. I think he's so dynamic as a route runner. I think he's going to be pure slot. He can sometimes play outside. He's going to be pure slot. There's no, and he's listed at 5'11" now, or is he listed at 6 foot now? Can you press that real quick?
Yeah.
I think he's 5'11", 195.
Yeah, he's 5'11" now. There's a chance he's under that, and it's going to be interesting to see. But he's a great route runner. He can win everywhere on the field. Somehow, some way, is so good. Because he's not fast, but he's so good after the catch. Cornerbacks and defenders just bounce off him, and he just will run past them somehow. And he's so elusive after the catch. And also, don't think he's not a contested catch wide receiver because he has made some of them. It was the catch against Iowa, I'm pretty sure, where he went up, caught it, and then got hit so hard, and hit the ground very hard, and somehow still hung onto the ball, which is something Chris Olave has really struggled with as wide receiver 1. So it's definitely a new addition, a new trait to the team that is needed. Vele brings that, but also Lemon's a much better route runner. So it's an option because we're making Kyle not choose wide receiver. It's not an option, but if the Saints were drafting 8 and Love was off the board, like I'm going Lemon 10 times out of 10.
And like you said, he's a slot guy, so he fits perfectly between. I mean, you can have Vele, Olave, and Lemon all out there at once. Have Olave and Vele on the X, and then outside, and then have him through the slot. Now I just realized since I accepted that trade, who's doing round 2? Is it Drew? You got.
I think Caleb.
Did
you get the round last time?
So Caleb, you have 2 picks in round 2.
I'm gonna really mess up Drew's pick.
You have 2 picks.
I'm gonna really mess it up.
For me.
Where are you going? Oh, wait, what? Who am I going?
I'm going Mansur Delane. I can't look. I can't pick. I traded down. I got some value. I can't pick wide receiver. I can't pick Jeremiah Love, who's right there. All right. We're losing Alontae Taylor. I don't know if I've seen it out of Quincy Riley yet. Right. There was a lot of miscommunications problems there, and I mean, Mansur Delane is the best cornerback in this draft. So, right. 6'1", so he kind of negates what we said earlier about it being a shorter class, good size, and I mean I watched quite a few LSU games this season. Mansur Delane looked good. All you heard was I'm gonna go Mansur Delane. I'm going defense first, and it's not going to be in the trenches. You know, you'd probably go edge, you'd probably go tackle, probably not linebacker, but I know Drew really wants me to go Sonny Styles, right? I'm going to go Mansard Lane. All right.
Truthfully,
Yeah,
I wrote an article yesterday on why Delane isn't a fit for the Saints.
Mm.
And I don't think is a fit for the Saints. The Saints have he's my quarterback 5, so I'm not quite as high in him. But the Saints run a pretty much big zone scheme. I'm trying to find the exact number. It's
Is he a man
78%. He's more man than zone. He's right now, like, his mirroring ability is so impressive. He's an outstanding athlete, and I think, man, he's outstanding in man. But in zone, he's just still developing. He's shown stuff, but he's not quite there yet. So it might take him a year or two to fully get in that scheme for the Saints, but once he does, he'd be perfect. There's no way. If that would be
I'm not choosing him, and I am not choosing him. There's
we
way.
already picked him. We already picked him, so that's fine.
I know.
Well,
I know who you're picking on the board. I know for a fact who's going to be available.
And real quick with Mansard Lane, I think it does. Even if he might not fit the Saints perfectly, it brings up the conversation of corner there at least. Yeah. I wrote an article recently that I think people are overrating the Saints cornerback room a little bit, and I think people are feeling like it's more safe than it really is. I mean, we entered the season with all the worries in the world, and what did we really see during the season to make us feel better?
Kool-Aid had some cool plays.
Quincy Riley made some plays, and then Kool-Aid made some plays, but I mean, they were getting beat a lot. They're still working on getting better at zone. And Alontae Taylor also made some plays and struggle, but he may no longer be on the team. So
that Patriots game, that Patriots game stuck in my head. The amount of miscommunication.
There's a lot
we saw.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably it's just one of those positions. And everyone focuses on slot corner for the Saints also because they want to replace Alontae Taylor, which 100%. But I don't think the Saints are safe at the boundary corners either. No. And I think I could see them go anywhere in this draft to find a starter. I think they might go in the veteran market to find a starter. I mean, anything can happen over there. But that's the conversation on the corner.
Who's your number one corner? I'm curious. Who's your number one corner?
Just pure. I like Mansard Lane the most.
That's okay.
But that also could be just my LSU bias just flowing in when I'm trying to remove it because I'm trying to remove it, but I like from
it's always gonna be a little bit,
truly watching every single game. I just saw one of the most locked down corners in LSU in a while. He was so locked down and just making plays after plays after plays. And AJ Halsey's still on the board also because I love AJ Halsey too.
LSU mock draft.
Secondary.
That's in the third.
What second?
You have 40
second round pick do I have?
You have 40 and 42. So you can still get Denzel Boston at 42 if
I know exactly where he's going for this.
Okay. Can you just scroll down the board a little bit? Just I want to see in case.
And also, you can make a trade. You can trade out of here.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Oh, you drafted a corner. No, I just forgot you drafted a corner because I was going to
go Keontae Scott.
I was going to go Keontae Scott with the next pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know who you're going first on that.
Yeah, no, it's Lee Hunter. So Lee Hunter is the Saints fan Lee Hunter from Mobile, Alabama. He was at Senior Bowl, had an excellent Senior Bowl. He had excellent Senior Bowl. There was some pass rush issues and I'm not even going to call them issues because I've talked about it on the podcast before. But there were times where he was playing too high, and the coaches were play lower, and you're going to beat him. You're strong enough. You're going to beat him. And then he fixed everything he was doing and then beat the offensive lineman in the 1v1s. Like, he's already taking coaching really easily, and he was making plays all week during the Senior Bowl. And I think the Saints are going to fall in love with him. And if he's available at 40 with the Saints' defensive tackle need as well, I think it's going to happen. Oh my God, is that a 2027 second rounder?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're taking that one.
All right, so
I don't care about the other ones.
From 42 to 57.
100%. With me already going
class.
corner, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, next year's class, that's a Taking that right away.
That's a talk for
Oh my
next
god,
week.
Kansas
Go back 5 picks for
I'm not going back more, but Kansas
Yeah,
Scott's
no,
still
I
being
mean,
on the board.
they are different types of corners. You could reasonably go both because Mansur would play
I
outside,
know.
and Keontae Scott is exclusively a slot cornerback. So I'm not saying it'd be the most smart move, but it's 100% an option that the Saints could do. And if you really want to plant your flag on Keontae Scott, I would not blame you whatsoever. He's a fun
I
player.
know.
And in the process, you gained a 2027 second round pick.
Okay, can you scroll down the board a little?
Oh, Emmanuel McNeil
Not-
Warren was there that late? That would have been.
Jesus.
He's gone at 54, but
Oh, we still haven't
Ooh.
gone
John
wide
Coleman's
receiver.
there.
Okay, I know where.
Yeah,
No, I'm not.
yep,
I'm not going
yep,
John
I
Cohen
love
this
it.
early.
love
Okay, we're going wide receiver. Go up. We're going Jeremy Bernard.
Okay.
Bernard?
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
We're a little away from the Senior Bowl, but Jeremy Bernard is he was my the player I'm looking at before the season is Jeremy Bernard, and I think he had a great season. I think he also brings something different from
We
Chris
traded away my
Olave.
pick.
Oh,
Wait. Wait, what happened? When did we trade your pick away? Did I do it? I only traded 8 to 9.
No, it was third round to second round.
Yeah. Hold on. We could what is it? I think we could get right back in there. Hold on.
Just reset.
Yeah,
Don't even do the trade back.
Yeah. I'll just pick randomly and then I'll try to pick as accurate as possible just so the board falls the same way.
Yeah.
Lee Hunter's not going to get there now.
No, but it's fine. We can just pick a random
There we
defensive
go.
tackle.
Oh, thank God.
Alright,
Oh.
you still got it.
So
you
we're
still
not
got
going Jeremy Bernard. We're not going Jeremy Bernard.
it. Trade his pick away. Alright.
Oh, I know you're going.
So this draft.
I mean, I'll need to see the stuff. I do see Jennings Dunker, but I'm not going to go with him. I know Caleb who just hit Utu, and I think that might be my guy, but let's look through all the positions first. Jennings Dunker, I love him. Just a farm kid at heart. I'm not going to go with him here, but can we scroll through some positions?
Yeah, where do you want me to
I
go?
see one guy right now I'm very tempted by. Let's start. I mean, just go through them all, like Loki, except quarterback.
No, you don't want
Garrett
Garrett
Nussmeier.
Look, Sawyer Robertson
Dude,
was.
Luke
Luke Altmaier, get her back up.
Alright.
Go down a wide receiver a little bit. Just he'll
Max
be
Clare.
there. I don't know.
Alright.
Okay, my guy's not even there, but I'm not gonna pick him. Yeah, we can go on defense now. Oh, I have him high. Okay.
Alright.
Darrell Jackson Jr. is fun. Okay, I'm picking a wide receiver here, 100%.
Well, wait.
I know who it is.
Wait. I think we're continuing this one as if we didn't trade that third rounder away.
Are we doing it?
Yeah. So like,
That would be fun.
somehow we got when I traded up. We didn't lose that third rounder or traded back or how did we lose? I don't know. Right. So we still have.
Don't worry about
we got who did I? Mr. Delane. We got. Who did you?
We got Mansur Lane, Lee Hunter,
Yeah.
and Jeremy Bernard.
All right. So now you're building off of that. You're building off of that.
I'm low-key probably
Good
still
luck,
gonna
Trevor.
pick a wide receiver.
That's doable.
Like
That's
low-key,
doable.
like I think it's enough of a need that we're still gonna go. Jeremy Bernard, I think he's a slot or a Z receiver. So that kind of still opens up a lot of spots. Go down more. Because I'm trying to decide between Ted Hurst,
Oh.
Antonio Williams. My guy's not even there. Or Lewis Bonds.
Who is it? Louis Bond's
Are
down.
the three
Louis Bond's down more. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide between Ted Hurst, ex receiver from Georgia State. He's one of the biggest risers for a good reason. An amazing release package, good speed, good catching. These are the three players. So Bond's my wide receiver 8, Hurst is my wide receiver 9, Antonio Williams is my wide receiver 10. So I can't go wrong, but I want to throw a name out there for Saints fans. He didn't get an invite to the combine, and I don't know if he's going to go this far. But right now, we're in February. These mock drafts aren't end all be all. So I think it's a good way to introduce Saints fans' names. So I am going to go with Lewis Bond. He's a slot receiver, 5'11", 190 pounds out of Boston College. He's not someone that is going to be win with breakaway speed or have insane contested catches, but he is someone who will put in the work, even if he doesn't get the credit, and will be an outstanding receiver. He's great after the catch, tough to bring down. He's got outstanding agility. He's insanely twitchy. He's got great short area quickness. It is so tough for a defender to be able to stay up with him. He's got a high IQ. He knows how to sit down in zones. He knows how to be an option for the quarterback at all times. He's got very reliable hands. His drop percentage is 4.3% this year, so he doesn't do much. He was one of the lone bright spots in that Boston College offense. Now, some of that, he doesn't have top end speed, and he kind of struggles with physicality a little bit. So, but him being in the slot kind of mitigates that. So I think he'd be one of the picks. If Saints fans see that, they're going to be a little bit upset at first. But if you go back and you watch the film, you'll be perfectly happy. He's the all-time leader in receptions at Boston College. He's a team captain. He's just an outstanding player who's not getting enough love.
All right.
It's mock draft is hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's fun.
So we went Mansur Delane at 9, not 8. Lee Hunter at 40, and then it was Jermaine Bernard at 42, and then Lewis Bond at 73. And real quick, because I don't think we talked a lot about Jermaine Bernard. I don't think we said too much about him.
No.
Did you say, Drew, that he's also a slot, or you said he's not a slot?
He's a Jeremy Bernard, so he's one above Lewis. He's I think my wide receiver 6. He's a slot or a Z receiver, so I think he can play either one of those at the next level.
You know,
And he could legitimately be used just throughout the offense as a weapon.
Yeah,
Like
he can be in the
he's just
backfield.
utilized
He can be
everywhere.
anywhere.
and I mean, let's not act like the Saints aren't every season one wide receiver injury away from no wide receivers, right? So doubling down back to back in day 2 for wide receivers is not crazy. Even you could have gotten.
This would be the greatest wide receiver competition of all time because there's like 20 players on the Saints.
And I mean, like,
Mhm.
You still traded for Jalen Polk. I mean,
Trey Palmer.
Trey Palmer.
Not Trey Palmer.
Is he
It's
under,
my Nebraska
is he under contract?
Oh yeah, from
Yeah,
I think so.
He's still
he's
under
got 1
contract?
year.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you
believe
got a
so.
lot of guys, and you go from having no depth to now which one of these younger guys do I, who takes now? Hopefully, one of them still breaks out a little more than the other, right? But you go from no depth to having guys competing for the spots. Who's going to be across from Chris Olave, that type of thing. So it's not crazy to go back to back wide receiver, not at all. It would be crazy if we went back to back quarterback and like we were saying, then back to back wide receiver. But you did address the defensive line, which needed some, and you did it early enough. And you got a guy that's been rising, right? So this is still a good draft. And if Lewis Bond is a reach, like Drew said, Saints fans may think of, you got Jermaine Bernard.
I think. But
You know what I mean? And then like I said, no one's a reach when they're on PFSN's board or whatever. It's Mickey Loomis's board and everybody else's board. It's only a reach if the player sucks. That's just how it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's never a reach. I could have picked Brock.
Like if
Purdy.
Kelvin Banks was a bust, it would have been a reach.
Yep.
But because we all knew when the pick happened, it was a reach. We all knew when Tyler Shuck was drafted, it was a reach. But guess what? It wasn't a reach on their board.
And then it becomes a steal.
do any Lions fans think that Jahmyr Gibbs is a reach?
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs.
At the
remember
draft
that
day, they
one.
were calling that, but there's a certain point where you draft your best guy available. You can't care what the national media will think. You can't care if they'll skepticize you. You have to go with your guy. If your gut is saying someone, if your scout's banging the table, banging the gavel for him, you got to trust yourself and just know that you've got a good player.
All right, but this was absolutely one of the most fun episodes we've had in a while. I love throwing it. I love that. Look, next time we do this, I will be a little bit more into it. Right, the season wrapped up a couple weeks ago. I'm doing a lot. I'm gonna pick. I'll have a little more on our first and second round guys. I probably won't have a big board like you guys, but I'll definitely have a little bit more to say. And I'm gonna look for some more like spin a wheel, and then we gotta follow it to type of this type of thing. We're going full YouTuber mode here, right? Okay, full content YouTuber mode here. But this is definitely one of the most fun episodes we recorded. And I can't wait to do the next one. I'm sure our next episode is gonna be kind of back to our normal stuff, unless absolutely nothing happens, right? And then we're just going right back to mock drafts. But with that being said,
Well, next episode we'll probably talk about the combine. So
yeah, the combine.
Yeah,
more draft stuff regardless.
It's in 2 weeks.
No,
Combine's
Combine
next week.
starts Sunday.
Starts the 26th.
Combine
yeah.
starts Sunday, yeah.
Oh man,
I
We're
know.
so back.
Quick.
It was 2 weeks a week ago. My fault. All right. Anyways, we're closing out. Anybody have to say anything about any of our draft guys? Anything before we head out?
Denzel Boston at 8. Let's go. Trust your gut.
All right. That's it.